Ezra English. Learn English with horror stories. Short story. Don't Look. In horror series by Ezra and Luyện.
Chapter 1, Moving Out. Emily had always felt trapped in her small hometown. Her father was a violent man who had a short temper and a tendency to lash out at those around him. Emily had grown up witnessing his outbursts, feeling helpless and afraid. She knew that she needed to get out of that toxic environment if she was ever going to have a chance at a happy and fulfilling life. In addition to her father, Emily also felt suffocated by her nosy neighbors. They were always prying into her business, gossiping about her behind her back, and judging her for every little thing. She felt like she could never truly be herself around them, and it was exhausting trying to constantly live up to their expectations. Emily had worked tirelessly to save up enough money for a deposit on an apartment in the city. She knew that it was going to be a difficult transition, but she was determined to make it work. She had always been a hard worker and a quick learner, and she was confident that she could make a life for herself in the city. After months of searching, Emily had finally found the perfect place. It was located in a trendy neighborhood filled with young professionals and artists, and she felt like she could finally be part of a community that accepted her for who she was. She was excited about the possibilities that lay ahead and ready to start this new chapter in her life. As she walked into her new apartment, Emily couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation. The apartment was spacious and bright, with large windows that let in plenty of natural light. It was located in a trendy neighborhood filled with shops, restaurants, and nightlife, and Emily knew that she was going to love living there. She started unpacking her boxes, placing her belongings carefully on shelves and in drawers. She had always been an organized person, and she took pride in making her new space feel like home. As she worked, she hummed a happy tune, feeling grateful for this new opportunity. As she was bringing in the last of her boxes, she noticed that the door next to hers was slightly ajar. She peeked inside and saw a man sitting in a dark room. He was staring at her, but he didn't say anything. Emily felt a chill run down her spine and quickly closed the door. Over the next few days, Emily would occasionally run into the man in the hallway. He always smiled at her but never said anything. She tried to be friendly and engage him in conversation, but he always seemed to be in a hurry and quickly walked away. Despite the man's strange behavior, Emily was excited about her new home and all the possibilities it held. She unpacked her belongings and started to settle in, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't quite right with her neighbor. As the sun began to set over the city, Emily decided to take a break from unpacking and explore her new neighborhood. She stepped out of her apartment building and took a deep breath of the cool evening air. The street was bustling with people, and Emily felt a rush of excitement as she realized how much there was to discover in her new home. She wandered down the street, her eyes taking in the colorful storefronts and the bright lights of the city. The sounds of laughter and music filled the air, and Emily felt herself relaxing for the first time in what felt like forever. As she walked, she noticed a bar on the corner of the street. The sign outside read, "The Drunk Clown." Suddenly, she caught a glimpse of a familiar face through the window. It was her neighbor from next door, the one who always smiled at her in the hallway. Emily felt a shiver run down her spine as she watched him laughing and drinking with a group of people. There was something unsettling about his demeanor, a sort of manic energy that made her uneasy. Despite her initial apprehension, Emily felt a spike of curiosity. She decided to step inside the bar and see what was going on. As she walked in, the smell of stale beer and cigarette smoke hit her nose. The atmosphere was dark and smoky, with red and black walls adorned with clown paintings and posters.
Let's take notes of these vocabulary items and wait for the next chapter. Had a short temper, to easily get angry or irritable. Lash out at those around, to suddenly attack or criticize someone verbally or physically. Witnessing, seeing or observing something happening. Outbursts, sudden and uncontrollable expressions of emotion, often negative ones. Fulfilling life, a life that brings satisfaction and happiness. Felt suffocated by, feeling constrained or restricted by something. Nosy, prying or overly curious about someone else's affairs. Prying into her business, trying to find out or learn about someone's private affairs. Gossiping about, spreading rumors or talking about someone behind their back. Live up to their expectations, meeting or fulfilling someone's expectations or standards. A difficult transition, a challenging change from one situation to another. Anticipation, the feeling of excitement or expectation about something that is going to happen. Unpacking her boxes, taking things out of boxes after moving. Drawers, compartments in furniture used for storage. Took pride in, feeling proud or satisfied with something. Hummed a happy tune, singing a cheerful melody quietly to oneself. Ajar, slightly open peeked inside, looked quickly inside, felt a chill run down her spine, experiencing a sudden feeling of fear or unease. Settle in, making oneself comfortable in a new place. Shake the feeling, trying to get rid of a feeling. Was bustling with people, crowded or busy with many people. Wandered down the street, walking without a specific destination in mind. Caught a glimpse of, saw briefly or quickly. Unsettling, causing anxiety or discomfort. Demeanor, the way someone behaves or conducts. Manic energy, an excess of energy or excitement. Apprehension, anxiety or fear about the future. A spike of curiosity, a sudden increase in interest or inquisitiveness. Stale beer, beer that has gone bad or has been sitting for a long time. Adorned with, decorated or embellished with something.